Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the One Talk podcast. You're here with your host, Ryan McCarthy. And today we're joined with Sean Millis. Sean is a singer and he's also an actor. He recently has featured on The Voice Australia. He's also featured in the star film Mad Max. And within today's episode, we touch a lot on Sean's career, how he got into singing, also how he got the role in Mad Max, starring along with Chris Hemsworth, and what that whole experience was like. Sean is an absolute inspiring person to see all the things that he's continuing to do and inspiring to do at such a young age as well. And I can't wait for you all to dive in and check out today's episode. In other news, every month within the One Talk podcast, we choose a new GoFundMe to be featured on the podcast for the whole month to be able to give back and spread awareness to someone in need. And for October, who we have is a baby boy called Boston, and Boston is fighting leukemia. Boston is based in Brisbane, and I want to sponsor him for the October for One Talk podcast to be able to bring awareness to him and his family and bring the support that they could receive from this. So I'll leave a link within the bio of this episode. Please go to the GoFundMe, check out baby Boston, this story, and do whatever you can to support him with his fight with leukemia. One more thing before you get into today's episode. If you could please leave this podcast a rating, it means so much in terms of helping this podcast grow and also reaching a larger audience. If you're on Spotify or Apple, if you could leave a rating. If you're on YouTube, if you could subscribe, it would mean so much. But without further ado, let's welcome Sean.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. The marathon continue. Lay that victory lap tonight, though. Victory lap tonight. Yeah.
Welcome to the One Talk podcast with Ryan McCarthy.
The marathon continues. That's what you would say.
Welcome to the One Talk podcast, Sean Millis. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks, brother. Thank you for coming on today. Me, myself, personally, I've been a fan of your work and all the things you've been doing. And yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, man.
No, I really appreciate it. I'm very looking forward to today and very excited to be here.
Yeah. And like looking at yourself, man, you're 23 years old. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. 23 years old. You've starred in a massive movie with Chris Hemsworth, Mad Max. Like it's a massive franchise of a movie. You've done extremely well in music, especially going on The Voice, going overseas, going to England and doing a lot of different things, man. You've achieved so much at such a young age. And I guess from your own words or your own perspective, I want to, before we get into the whole backstory of stuff, just like a summarize of where you've come to now. Like, what do you think when you reflect on everything you've done so far?
It's overwhelming, but I feel very happy and very excited to keep going. I mean, it all happened so quickly, especially when I went to London and went overseas earlier on in the year. That was something that was so special to me. As soon as I got there, got overseas, it was interview after interview, and it was traveling, and it was nonstop. It was crazy, but being able to, I never leave Australia. So actually leaving Australia and seeing how beautiful everything was a privilege.
Yeah. And what was that like for the first time going over there as well? Because I'm from Liverpool. Like I was born in Liverpool. I came to Australia at a young age. And for the first time flying for 24, 26 hours, it's a lot. So what was your experience like with your first time getting on the plane for that long?
It was a long, long journey. I was so proud of I was talking myself up. I thought I could sleep. I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. I'll just sleep it. Did not get any sleep, really. It was so hard to sleep on the plane.
Yeah, it is. It is for sure. But I want to go into a bit about yourself, man, and like I guess where all this began for you. So going into music, do you remember some of the first music you listened to as a child? Do you remember some of the first type of music that you really heard? And you're like, wow.
Yeah. Well, I think one of my big inspirations growing up singing was Lewis Capaldi and James Arthur. Both of those singers have a lot of storytelling and emotion. And and also Lucas Graham. I love songs with emotion and storytelling, and I've always had not the highest voice as a singer. So I think I really resonate with storytelling, singing, and even back with Frank Sinatra, I used to like his singing as well.
Yeah. And you can really tell as well, especially with the music that you make, because your music is very like heartfelt, it's very deep, and the lyrics really connect.
Thank you. Yeah, it's actually 1 year today since I released Waiting on a Miracle.
Yeah, well, well, congrats on the year.
Thank you. Yeah, I could never expect how much that song has changed my life. It's pretty incredible. I'm very, very grateful for that.
Yeah, well, it got you number one in the UK, didn't it?
Oh gosh, yeah, that was insane. Insane. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was cool to see like yourself actually capturing the moment when you found out it was number one. But could you tell us in your own words what that meant to you?
I don't think it really sunk in. I didn't actually believe it was true, and then just seeing it happen and having like countries all over the world reach out to me was very special. And it's always good to have messages of support and knowing that, like, because it helps me when I sing, it's kind of like therapy, like singing like through emotions and hard times and stuff. But having other people message about it too definitely makes you want to keep singing.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine too when you start hearing people who are fans of the music as well and how much of an impact it's making on their life. Because when you speak with people, they always attach like music or songs to a certain pinpoint of their life, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, whether it's motivating, whether it's reflecting on a certain point in time. But we all connect music to a certain part of our lives, and especially ones that motivate us and help us get out of the spot.
Yeah, definitely. I think we listen to music every day, and I think it definitely helps get through hard times and get through emotions. And I don't know, like, and on one side of things, it makes me really happy that I get all the support and messages. And another side, it's like overwhelming and kind of like I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But it's yeah. After all of it, I think it definitely makes me want to keep singing, especially because I found a lot of my success online was coming through like doing cover singing and singing my own song online. And I actually did a show in Melbourne, and doing it live was a kind of a make or break moment because I realized going into it, I was unsure because I was scared. I was like, I'm so used to singing in front of a screen and I haven't sang live for a long time. And I was like, if I enjoy this, then I want to keep going. And I did. I definitely did.
Was that at the Workers Club?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was intimate. I had everyone singing my songs back to me. I forgot a couple of lyrics and they sang the words for me. So that was all.
Could you tell me a bit about that experience, man? Like your first time going out to a show for yourself and put on a gig like that. What was it like, I guess, the preparation building up to? Was it nervousness, excitement? Was it both? And how did you overcome it?
Oh, I was definitely nervous and excited at the same time, but I had like really close friends who sang with me as well, and having my family there was really special. And then just like being like I got to say hello to everyone afterwards and get a photo and like talk to them, and it just made everything seem more real because obviously it is real. Like I'm talking to you and we're doing it online, but like having like being in person is really really incredible.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean because when I've had people like on social media reach out saying like I'm a fan of the podcast, I'm like, that's awesome. But when I hear in person from like a person I've never met before, like it hits a bit different, doesn't it? Because it's like, wow, like it feels a bit more real.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I think it was a night that I needed for sure. Like it was really, really fulfilling and definitely made me want to keep pushing and keep doing singing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because what age were you when you first really started to discover like music's for me? This is a path I want to try and progress in, to get better in, and start exploring things in.
Was the start of high school was I did singing and acting, and then I'm not one like even with sport I don't stop something like I used to play tennis and cricket for years and years. I never stop. I just keep doing it. Like I'm not the best at everything, but I just keep doing it because I love it. So I started doing singing in choir in high school, and then did that every year, and then also did acting every year. And then I was like, oh, let's keep going. Studied Bachelor of Performing Arts at university, did musical theatre and acting. And then after that, I was doing singing all along online, and yeah, you never expect the support to come, but I was um even if I didn't have like hundreds of thousands of followers, I'd still be doing the same thing. I'd still be singing, still be acting because it helps me so much. But it's really nice to hear that it helps other people too.
100%. I feel like when you are doing something that's truly from your heart, it does resonate with people as well. So, like you said, you're doing it because even without the thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers, you still do it. And I think that really resonates with people.
Yeah, it definitely helps me as well. And yeah, and then after I graduated university 2 years ago, I got invited to audition for a role in Furiosa, Mad Max, and that was a big secret, a big
Yeah, I can
secret that I
imagine.
had to keep. I was still singing during like filming, and I had no hair, and everyone like you go back to my old video, I like had to no hair. It wasn't a choice. I had to
Yeah.
shave off all my hair.
I can imagine, man, like having something
Yeah.
that big like happening in your life and not being able to share with people. Like it's literally like Christmas Day. You just want to give the present to someone and watch their reaction opening it. Like when you land something so big, man, it must have been hard keeping that in.
Oh, it was a hard secret, but it definitely made me just more excited and more ready for it to come out. And I think it was something to look forward to, which was really good.
Yeah. What was the audition like? Like, do you remember what it was like going in there and preparing for it?
Yeah, so I had an audition from George Miller, the director who's done incredible thing. An amazing director to work with. He's so caring. He has so much trust in the cast. And I did a self tape, and we all did, like Chris Hemsworth, like all of us, we did a monologue from the movie The Network. And yeah, I did it. Um I just kind of like, I never expected to get a response from it. I worked hard on it, did lots of research, and just gave it everything I had. I was actually in this room where I was sitting delivering it right here.
Oh, wow.
Uh, and yeah, a couple of months later, I got an email saying that George Miller wants to talk with me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch all the Mad Maxes now.
Gotta rinse them all.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I was lucky enough to work in the movie, and every day of shooting just got better and better. And yeah, it was very amazing to see how passionate everyone was, and everyone wanted to make it a really good movie.
Yeah. Like, what was the first day on set like? Did it feel surreal? Like going around, meeting everyone, introducing yourself, and just being on set? Like, what was the first day like?
The adrenaline was insane. So like the makeup takes 2.5 to 3 hours every day. So I think having it all on, I had a prosthetic up here, had like covered from head to toe with makeup, and
Arrow out the head.
yeah, you look in the mirror and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm in character now. It definitely helped you get into character. Like there was no way I was Sean.
Especially like sitting in a chair doing makeup for about 2.5 hours as well. What was that experience like? Like just being able to sit there and get into character and preparation for getting into character. Is there like a certain mindset switch you have to switch? Or was it more so like when the lights and cameras come out, you're just ready on the spot?
I think the first day, like things were going through my head a lot quicker, and obviously I'm like thinking over all my lines, all my words, what's going on. But I just had to trust myself. I had like amazing support around me. My makeup artist, who I'm friends with, was such a good support, and just yeah, everyone made sure that um, I was ready to go. It was just such a good, positive environment around.
Yeah. Because this all happened before The Voice as well, didn't
Yeah, it's
it?
crazy. I remember going to a an after party or for Furiosa, and someone was like, "Oh, it's so good that you did the voice and then you did the movie," and I was like, "No, other way around."
Yeah, play out the other way in social media.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm very grateful. The voice was also something that I wanted to do since I was a little kid, so that was very special, and I had my family there.
Well,
Uh, yeah, and also yeah, I had nurses who
Yeah,
I
well,
go to hospital every week, and I had my nurses drive 9 hours to be in the audience. I was, yeah, pretty, very emotional, but it was something I can tick off the bucket list.
yeah, there's something really special, man, because I think when we reflect back on life, the thing that we keep the most is memories and being able to put ourselves in places where we can experience great things and really have memories is magnificent, man.
So
You're all good.
no one saw that. We got a blue for already. But yeah, no, it is. When you were saying that, I was thinking. Also with Furiosa, I've got a photo in my room, and it's like all the nurses like booked out a cinema, and we went as a whole group and watched it, and that was really cool because you never like they're my nurses. Like you don't
Yeah.
expect them to like it's their job to look after me, but like to go on a weekend on a night and come and like fill out a whole cinema, that was very special.
Yeah. And it really shows that people just genuinely care, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with them like every week I get in at 8 a.m. in the morning and have an infusion and finish at 4 p.m. every week. So they're stuck with me for a while and like they're kind of like second family.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine, man, because you'll be building such a close bond with these people and you probably were telling them bits and bobs as well about the things that are happening in your life.
Yeah, they knew all about the movie, all about the voice. They know everything.
And also on set, like I remember when when all the excitement was building up for Mad Max because I was following yourself, but someone else I also follow who I enjoy in social media is CJ Bloomfield, and I was seeing all of his stuff as well, and you two guys together. And it just felt like it was just this big thing happening, and it was awesome to see.
He's such a good friend. It was his first big movie as well, and we kind of like I remember after we finished a shooting day and we were in the car, and we're just like, God, this is a good life. Like, we're looking at each other like this isn't gonna last forever, but like this is really special, and we're just driving. I don't know. It's just so fulfilling doing something that you love. Um, and that's what I try to tell people who look at my stuff. Like, just keep doing what you love because, like, I could never expect to land my first movie in Mad Max or Furiosa. But if you just keep doing what you love and then keep pushing, then they will come. Like things will come naturally. But CJ is, yeah, really good. I love him. He's such a good friend.
Yeah, good bloke. But where do you think that came from within yourself, man? Just like that whole idea of following what you love and doing what you love in life. Did you learn that from a family member? Is that something you explored by yourself, or how did that come about?
Well, my mum and dad work super hard. I think I've always worked as well. Like, I've always worked casual jobs, always working, always doing things. But I don't know. I've always had a determination to keep going. I think one side is the hospital life. I
Yeah.
think being stuck in a lot of appointments and a lot of weekly treatments. Uh, when I'm not at hospital, it makes me appreciate life more and like want to keep pushing and keep doing singing and acting. So I think another part of like, yeah, another part of why I do sing and so persistent in what I love to do is because of hospital.
Yeah. And you also feel like it helps you find the fun in things as well. Because when I see your social media and you're making a song or you're doing like some sort of thing like that on social media, it seems like you're really trying to capture the moment and make everything like as much fun as possible and creating good energy around it.
Yeah, definitely. I always have a big good energy, and yeah, I enjoy what I do.
Yeah. And that's the main thing, man. That's the key to life. Like if you do something that you love doing, you don't finish your week, dreading life. Like you may have moments where you feel down. But I do find if you are constantly on a path of staying fulfilled, like you only feel great and everyone around you gets that from you too.
Yeah. I think life is way too short to focus on negatives and let it like drain your life away. So
Yeah.
I think even though I do sing lots of sad songs all the time, I do enjoy it. Even though the songs are very sad, I do really enjoy it.
Yeah, but that also comes with like anything internal, anything external, right? Like, so if anything external is trying to bring us down in life, instead it's trying to find a way to transform that into a positive.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what, like, coming at the end of your filming for Mad Max, like, how much of a time period of a break did you have from Mad Max and then going on to The Voice? Did you get much of a break in between that, or was it kind of back to back?
No, it wasn't too back to back because my hair grew back.
Yeah.
So I yeah, so my hair grew back. But it was, I think it was like half a year after or whatever. It was perfect timing. I couldn't have planned it any better. Um, but yeah, the movie took up a long chunk of my life. It was shooting days here and there, but it was over lots of months, and it was just every day I went in to do the film, I realized this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I think I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And when you did your audition for The Voice, what was that experience like? Like auditioning for it and then getting the call up to go on?
Yeah, well, I've auditioned a few times for The Voice, so they knew my big head, but I auditioned online. You send in like your favorite songs that you would want to do, and then you go for audition song and you try to sing a song that you'd want to do, and then once you get past the online stage, you go in person, then you meet people, and then you keep doing more, and it's a bit of a repeat the process.
Yeah.
And you never know until like a few weeks before that you're actually in. So it's a lot of singing and auditioning. But once I was there, I believed it, obviously. But it was such a good experience, and I'm really glad I got to do it, because one of the main things that I loved about The Voice was I had the chance to share my story. I'm so used to singing online and just singing and like avoiding that part of life, avoiding hospital life, avoiding all the not so fun parts of life. So The Voice was a perfect opportunity to kind of create an awareness and where I get the passion and determination from.
Yeah. And then really connect with people on a personal level as well, like behind the music.
Yeah, I think that's why 7 Years is one of my favorite songs to sing, because it's such a storytelling song. And even after I auditioned with 7 Years by Lucas Graham, and after that, Lucas Graham saw it, he created a video to my reaction. And like we're friends on TikTok and talk sometimes. So it's very surreal, very surreal.
Yeah. But it all comes from, your own ambition and putting yourself out there and, just trusting your own ability and giving life a hard crack, and then all these things happen around you because of that.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. So you just got to keep pushing, keep doing what you love, and see where it takes you.
Yeah, 100%. And especially like for your first song to choose 7 years on a platform so big, because I can imagine going on to something like The Voice, you want your first song to actually hit, you want it to be good, you want your vocals to be good, but you also want to create like a connection with the people in the arena, but also people at home. Was it a hard decision picking the song that you wanted to sing first, or did you already have it in mind, like this is a song I'm really passionate about?
Yeah, I definitely had it in mind to sing 7 Years. I think that was a dream song of mine to sing, just because it's kind of, I like singing songs, as I said, that have meaning behind it and something that I can really put my emotion into. And 7 Years was perfect. There's a lot of waiting around before you sing on The Voice. So it was, every hour that went past made me more eager and eager to sing the song. So it happened really beautiful. And then like after I turned two chairs, I turned Jessica Malboy and Rita Ora, and then having family come backstage with the biggest smiles on their faces. That's what I did it for. That's like, and then my sister bursted out crying like 10 seconds into the song. So it was quite special.
Yeah, I actually want to ask two questions about that. Like the first one is, what was your initial emotion that come up when you saw those two chairs spin around from Jessica and Rita?
Well, Jessica Malboy turned early on, and it was such a coincidence because I really wanted Jessica Malboy, and it got to the part of the song. I kind of like, I think you see it in the video, but I just smile a little bit and I like get back. I'm like, okay, this is, now I can enjoy it.
The
It
pressure's
was
off.
it's a bit of that feeling, because it's so daunting, because you're singing, but you're also waiting for chairs turn. So it's not like a live concert. Like you kind of want to try and get a chair.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine because as soon as that chair spins around, they'd be like, all right, now I can kind of relax a little and
Yeah,
just embrace the
yeah,
moment rather than putting so much pressure on myself.
yeah. It's also a song that I've sang back
Yeah.
to back. So like it was something that I had a lot of passion behind. So I was always ready to give it a massive go and enjoy it. And also hearing that my nurses drove 9 hours and having my family there, like it was a go hard or go home moment. So I had to keep pushing and I just had to enjoy it and it goes so quickly.
Yeah. I can imagine because like times when I've done public speaking on the stage, like in your head, you may feel like it'll go forever, but before you know it, you're back off the stage and the day's finished. Like, oh, where'd the time go?
I know it's unreal like how much preparation you put into something that is over so quickly. And
Yeah.
Rita Ora actually, yeah, she turned around, but it was like at the last second. So it was really insane.
And like the second part I want to know about that, man, like what was the initial emotional feeling that came up for you when you were backstage and your family and the nurses came? And what was that moment like?
It was quite surreal. Like I had to, especially when my nurses came on stage to join me. I did not know that was going to happen. I was like trying to stop myself from crying. I gave them a big hug, and it was I don't know. I was shaking inside, but it was. I think like whenever you have such a, I don't know, like a wholesome moment and something that's like really special. Just, I don't know. It's hard to take it all in, but you want to try to take it all in.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, when you have those moments, you just try and embrace every second of it.
Yeah, and just hearing the comments from all the judges was really nice and yes, it's quite special. And yeah, obviously, like I said, having mum and dad and my two sisters there was really cool.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. That is so good. And what do you feel like you've taken from The Voice that's really, I guess, supported you in your career of music? Is it maybe songwriting? Is it networking? Like, what's something you reckon you've taken away from it?
Networking definitely like is also it's always really cool to meet people who have similar interests to you and love singing. Met some really cool people, and also it just helps my confidence. Like as I do lots of singing on TikTok and Instagram, like moving to the live stage and singing in public has helped me like do it more often. And like whenever I'm nervous about singing in front of a crowd, I go, okay, I've done The Voice, I've done the movie, you can do this. Like I don't know, it's kind of a mindset that I have. I think after the movie as well, that definitely helped my confidence.
Yeah.
Like my first day, Chris Hemsworth and like 60 bikers or what hundreds of bikers are behind him. Like once I survived that day, I say to myself, I can survive anything.
Once you survive four coming at you, you can survive anything.
And those big arms, he can take me down. Lucky I'm friends with him. Otherwise, you wouldn't want to be an enemy.
What was it like working with Chris? Could you give us a little insight on that?
Oh, it was very, very surreal. But he made me feel, yeah, like he made me feel safe. He made me like it just felt like I was doing what I love, and it was just like work, and I enjoyed it. And yeah, I don't know. It's crazy because he's just like a normal human being, and then like everyone else is as well. And it
Yeah.
all felt like we were in this together to create such a incredible project. So, but he was really good. He was really good to work with.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. Just because from like an outside looking in, I don't know Chris personally, but he does just seem like a very genuine bloke, like just a genuine Australian bloke, and just there for
Yeah,
the people and trying to make a good time for everyone, make everyone feel comfortable. So that's good to hear.
he's very funny. He's very, very down to earth, and you always hope someone like your hero or someone you look up to is a nice person in real life, and he definitely is.
Yeah, another person I saw liked one of your posts on Instagram. I think it was you singing "Bruises" on The Voice. There was Chris Brown, so that was a really cool thing to see. Maybe Chris Brown yourself do a collaboration.
Insane. Yeah, it's actually wild. Like sometimes you step back and you go, "How do these people see it?"
Yeah. It must be awesome, like getting like little bits of recognition from people who are massive in this industry and music. Someone like Chris Brown has been doing it for a long time, to be able to see your video, give it a like and show his recognition in that sense must be cool.
Yeah, it's insane. I think it also helps me to want to keep posting videos and keep doing it because it's worth it. And yeah, like you never know. Like you never know who's going to see it.
Hmm. I think one thing that maybe unnoticed about the stuff that you do, but I think you're a marketing genius. Like the way you market songs and the work that you do, like it's absolutely like incredible, man. Like, do you have a team that works with you on the marketing side of things? The ideas you come up with yourself because you absolutely nail it.
Thank you. Yeah, well, that was such a fast moving thing when like the song went number one, and a lot of it was due to trolls, but a lot there was like lots of support, a lot of trolls, but yeah, it was kind of crazy. Like I never had Twitter, but I had to get Twitter after it happened. But yeah, they were comparing me to a football player, a soccer player, Rasmus Højlund,
Mm.
and he was struggling to score goals. And every week that he didn't score a goal, they would play "Waiting on a Miracle" and like put it up and like week by week. And I guess it was getting like millions and millions of. I don't even know what they call it on Twitter, but it was shared around Twitter a lot on now X. And I just wanted, as soon as I saw it, I wanted to jump on the support and make sure that I was on his side, and he knew I was on his side, and just try to take the positives from it and like create a good positive energy from it. And yeah, it all escalated from there. It's the reason that I got to see London and Manchester for the first time, and who knows how many times in my life. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a little thing like that. You took the opportunity and then it took you to the other side of the world. And for someone like myself, I'm from Liverpool. I'm a big Liverpool supporter. I've even got a Steven Gerrard poster in the background. So sorry, any Manchester United fans. But the one thing that I respect about Manchester as a city, because it's very close to Liverpool, is the similar to people from Liverpool, like they're very passionate people. Did you feel that when you went to the city of Manchester, like the passion of the people?
Yes, I've found the people of Manchester very nice, very friendly. Um, yeah, it was really cool. I've never been overseas to the UK, so just taking everything in was a thrill.
Yeah. And what was Old Trafford like?
Oh, crazy, crazy! Like you can, like as soon as you walked in, you can smell the history. Like it's like walking everywhere. I had an awesome tour of it. It was massive, massive. Got to walk into the rooms and look at um the shirts and the whole arena, the whole crowd. It was crazy.
Yeah, and the atmosphere and stuff too, like the whole match day experience. That's the one thing I miss most. Not the one
The
thing, but
game,
one of the things I miss most about England.
yeah, the game couldn't have gone better. Like Hoyland scored. It was against the West Ham. They won. It was insane. That was
It couldn't
when
have
I was
worked out better.
walking. I know it was worth the 24-hour journey or how many hours it was.
Yeah. Like we said before, now you've got that like that memory to hold on to forever, like that experience. Hey.
It's crazy. Like it's crazy how it all happened and having yeah, just being there and like walking into it was so hard to walk in. I was like trying to get photos and then I was just like doing these. I was like, everyone's so nice. Everyone
Yeah.
is so nice. That's what I find interesting about everything. Like you can get troll comments, you can get mean comments online, but once you step foot outside and you're just going through day-to-day life, you never see those people. Like they never come up.
Yeah. And I think those troll comments, I don't think like as weirdly as it sounds, I don't think it comes from a hateful place. I think people are just trying to seek attention. And
Yeah,
it's got nothing to do with the person that's directed that. It's more so of it's just more so of a reflection of the person that's posting it. So that's why I always say to people, like, if you do get a negative comment, if you do get a troll, don't take it personal because it's just a reflection of them.
yeah, definitely. I think that's something that I've had to remember, but it's good that it reflects on them. They want attention. They want you to say something,
Mm.
and then they've won. So just the best thing to do is nothing really.
Yeah, I find you do the best thing with it. Like you take it on board and turn it into something that's beneficial and also positive and that can uplift people. Like with the whole Hoyland thing, like you really took that in your own stride and made it like a success for yourself. And that's a really, really cool thing to see.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I think Also, like even getting troll comments, hundreds of troll comments. Like if you get like a really nice positive comment, that it definitely outweighs the negatives. And like there's so many messages from people who live with a rare disease or have to go to hospital as well, which also helps. I don't know. It's really impactful when I get those messages.
Mm. Yeah, I can imagine, man, for sure. And like more of a personal question I'm keen to ask you as well, because I heard you talk about on another podcast. You were saying that you have about 60 to 70% lung capacity. I was always interested about like how do you prepare to sing and be ready with your voice and maybe oxygen as well? Like how's that process for you?
Yeah, because the rare disease affects lots of different parts of my body. But yeah, one thing it does affect is lung function. Um, I don't know. I just like everything. You just got to keep practicing and keep going. Um, I think my voice is lower because of it. Like my voice is a bit more husky, but I don't know. I just try to practice and keep going, and I don't know. I think that's why I like singing songs such as storytelling songs that have a lot of grit in it and a lot of emotion. But yeah, it's just like anything. You just got to keep practicing, keep doing it.
Yeah, it's just like sharpening the knife, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your writing process like? Like how do you go about with writing music? Are you someone that sits down and tries to write a song in one go? Do you write lines here and there? What's your own process like when it comes to songwriting?
When I songwrite, usually I'm not I can't play. I'm not the best instrument player, so I usually write emotions down, write what I'm feeling, and then get it together. Like my first song that I released ages ago was "Hold Me Close Tonight," and that was just built off simple like chords, and then I had friends help me build it up and up. But yeah, usually it just comes from emotions and thoughts, and yeah,
Yeah, it's just like a collective of different things put together and it kind of just brings together a whole song.
yeah. But it helps me. It helps me. Like I said, it's just like therapy and just helping me get emotions out.
Mm. Yeah, 100%. And one of the cool things that I saw as well with Waiting on a Miracle was the club remix. When I heard that, like this goes off.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't write that song. Pam Shane wrote that song, and
Wow.
she also wrote "Genie in a Bottle,"
Mm.
Christina Aguilera, and like a lot of really cool big song. So "Waiting on a Miracle" is such a privilege to sing it, and yeah, wow, it was yeah, really really special.
Yeah, that's one of the cool things as well about being a musician, like the collaboration of creating the art piece of other people. Like it's not just you with headphones on sitting in a lonely room. Like instead, like you're actually, working with people, you're connecting with people, trying to
Yeah,
make like art out of this one thing.
and having the chance to go into the studio and like putting not your own spin on it, but like it's like just putting your sound and making it emotion and real is very very lucky, very blessed.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'd love for us to transition into our community Q&A because we had a fair few questions come through. And yeah, I'm really keen to get into them because
Love to.
our first one is how do you define success?
That's such a big question because like life is up and down and like you always I don't know you have lots of good moments and lots of hard moments. I think success is just keep pushing through the hard times and like keep working, keeping busy is always good.
Mm.
So I think success is just I don't know making yourself happy, making yourself proud, and just creating a positive environment for everyone around you, and just keep working and keep
Mm.
yeah
I'm with you there, man. I agree. Like you said, like if you do things to make you proud, you reflect on the rest of your day or the rest of your week, and happiness is going to be an extension of that. And also, if you're making yourself proud and you're making the experience of life for everyone around you be good and feel good as well, I feel like that is success, hey?
yeah. And it's definitely hard. Like don't get me wrong, like it's hard to always be happy and energetic and wanting to do everything you love because not everyone has energy 24/7.
Yeah.
But yeah, just doing things and creating a balance in life, which I'm still trying to figure out. it's hard. It's hard getting a balance in life. But yeah, success is just making yourself happy and working hard and helping the people around you.
Mm. Love it, bro. Our next one is, what is your true dream in life?
Gosh,
Some
it
big
would have been,
questions.
yeah, it is. It would have been to do a movie or to go on The Voice, but now it's to do more movies. I think. I think I realized the hunger and love I had for doing a movie, especially a big Hollywood movie, like for my first movie. But my dream is to just keep doing what I love, and yeah, hopefully do that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, because what you said at the start of this podcast was you're the type of person to give something everything and not give up. And it sounds like the same with music and movies. Like you haven't just made it to The Voice, you haven't just made it to Mad Max. It's like, all right, done, time to kick back. It's like, no, I want to keep growing, I want to keep evolving, I want to keep doing these things. And it's like you've really got that grit in you just to keep going and expanding your life.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to be. Best way to be. Keep busy and keep doing what you love. But yeah, it's hard, like because I think it's good to have lots of dreams in life.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it keeps you going.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not just having one and being so structured on it or so rigid. Like if like maybe a fitness goal, then maybe a personal goal, then maybe a family goal, have multiple things that you can work on.
Yeah, definitely.
Our next question is, what inspired you to sing to begin with?
Inspired me to sing was because I looked after people in school. I saw them sing, and I've always loved singing. I never sang like in choir and things in primary school, but once I hit high school and got into that environment and just really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, like I said, I just don't stop. Don't stop once I do something. So I did productions every year. I did 7 productions in my 6 years of school, high
Wow.
school, and just kept going.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Our next one is, who's a dream artist you'd love to collab with on a song?
Oh, that's hard because there's so many. But definitely would have to be Lewis Capaldi. I think I love like his songs and how much emotion he puts into it. And yeah, I think it'd be really a dream come true if I got to share a stage with him one day.
Yeah, I can imagine. I love his music too. He's got such like a unique voice, and his music really hits as well. It's very
Also, like
emotional.
looks like he has such a good personality and such a good approach to life.
Just a fun dude.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nah, I'm keen to see that. That's going to happen. I can already picture
fingers crossed.
it. Our next one is, what's your favorite moment from filming Mad Max?
I think it's hard because every day filming Mad Max, the cast and crew got stronger and the bond. But I think it's really hard to beat the first day. Just because you can't go relive a first day. It's such a overwhelming amount of emotions and like all this hard work that I've done, all this training I've done at university and high school and like practice. Like we filmed it out in Broken Hill. I've never been there before. Like the mountains and the hills was just beautiful. And yeah, I think and hearing the motorbikes roaring that first day was something that I don't think it'll be hard to beat for almost the rest of my life that day.
Yeah, I can imagine like the first big moment, especially on such a big screen like that with some big actors and your first day with the adrenaline, the excitement.
Yeah,
I can
like
just imagine.
people I've grown up like watching. Like you got Angus Sampson, you have David Collins from the Umbilical Brothers. You've got Chris Hemsworth. It was very very cool, and yeah, it was a go hard or go home moment.
Yeah, and I love the Umbilical Brothers. There was someone in Australia who I grew up watching as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was very surreal meeting everyone. But it was I don't know. I think once I was there, it felt so right. It felt so right to be in that space, and
like you're meant to be there. Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. This next question, it may be another hard one to answer, but I'll ask it anyway, and you can answer it how you like. It is, do you have a top 5 artist of all time?
top 5.
Yeah.
Gosh, well, we put Lewis Capaldi in there. Frank Sinatra for sure. Also, my great aunt loves Frank Sinatra, and I calls Frank Sinatra Frankie. And then whenever I'm feeling down, like I'll call her or talk to her, and she always says, "The best is yet to come," which is what Frank Sinatra says. So I've got that written in my room as well. It also helps me get through hard times, saying that the best is yet to come. So Frank Sinatra, Lewis Capaldi, James Arthur, another singer who has a lot of storytelling. Oh gosh, I don't know. I love a lot of R&B songs, R&B artists. I don't know. That's my top three. That's my top three.
We can leave it at
Yeah,
that.
sure. I'll be stuck frozen for a long time.
Well, that's a good top three. Our last question is, what inspires you?
Um, I don't know. It's hard because my mum and dad don't do singing or acting. It's very self-driven. But yeah, the love definitely came from high school, like doing productions every year and just enjoying it. It made me happy. And yeah, I don't stop. I just love doing it. But I don't know. Inspiration is hard. I remember back in the day when I could have had blonde hair, I used to think that I would love to be Cody Simpson one day. I mean, that was pretty cool because I didn't have dark hair, so I couldn't be Justin Bieber, so I had to be Cody Simpson. I don't know. I also grew up love watching the WWE.
Yeah.
So I say never give up a lot. So that was obviously from John Cena.
Yeah, I remember that. I grew up on DX, Cena, had all the action figures, I had everything.
Oh yeah, the action figures and the little wrestling ring.
Yeah, I remember I made my mum and dad buy me a trampoline just so I could wrestle like this, like a little body person I had. And I used to come up, pretend I was John Cena on the trampoline, just going ham.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I think a lot of my sayings come from WWE.
Hey, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
When we finish up here, man, just before it, I like to give each guest the opportunity. I like to call it, give them the stage, if you will, to maybe share a message or promote something or speak what's on your heart. Anything you want to share, the stage is yours, man.
Gosh, I don't know. I think I'm very I'm very excited and enjoy doing what I love, and I think it's like you never know what you're going to expect when you're doing something that you love. I think that's why I said before, just keep going, keep pushing, keep doing what you love because life is way too short, and the more you do something, the more you have a chance to get an opportunity that you never know will find you.
Love it, bro. I just want to say thank you for coming on today. Myself and also the One Talk community, we're big supporters of you, man. And we want to keep seeing you win and keep doing the things you love doing and keep having the smile on your face, man. So absolutely love what you're doing. I'm keen to see what else comes from it too.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate. I love what you do as well, and I think it's super important to spread such a nice, positive message to people, and also acknowledge that life isn't easy all the time. But if you've got something that you love to do, and just keep pushing.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Sean, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.